All right. Hello, insiders. Newsflash time. First one. This is more of a early kind of like discussion. Share a little bit more early and get the creator's feedback on a really interesting topic. Dislike mobs. So this is where a group of people will go to a video, not even watch the video, and just purposely hit the thumbs down. So we already have a number of ways that we try and mitigate that issue, but there are other things that we could do. So what I'll do is share some of the ideas that are been kind of lightly discussed. It's also very possible that we say, you know what, like none of these solutions is great, so let's just sort of stick to the current approach, which which already is addressing some of these issues. Okay. So one option, just for clarification, is you can go in the channel settings and the upload defaults and indicate that you don't want your ratings to be visible. So it doesn't stop people from disliking it, but it does stop showing the dislike count. So that's how it works today. It is on by default though. But you could go today and turn it off if you have a video that you don't want to show viewers the number of likes or dislikes. So one option is we could say, well, why don't we just have that off by default? So viewers can still like or dislike, but we won't show the count. So that's one option, because to have it kind of default off. It's an interesting one because on the one hand you could say, well, if I show the ratings and there's a lot of people that like the video, then that's a signal to viewers that this is this is a really cool video. And so in some ways, like not showing it may not be what the creator wants. Maybe they do want to show it. Another one is requiring more granularity when someone downvotes. So maybe we would say, hey, if you're gonna give a downvote, maybe you fill out like click a checkbox as to why you don't like this video. That would actually give the creator some more information, like, oh, they don't like it because they just don't agree with you. They don't like your channel in general. They feel like the information was insufficient. You know, who knows? Like we could give them a number of options. That could give the creator more info, and it would also encourage viewers who are saying dislike to not just kind of do it impulsively, but really think about it. On the other hand, that's complicated to build, complicated to collect. Then we have to display the results to the creator, like in YouTube Analytics or somewhere in Creator Studio. And you could argue like, hey, if I'm a viewer, I just want to dislike this video. Like, why are you making me fill out this little survey? Another option is just to remove dislikes entirely from YouTube. That's a very extreme option. That one seems like kind of not super democratic, in my opinion, because not all dislikes are dislike mobs. They're just, people expressing their opinion about a video. Maybe a more subtle one is removing the dislike count. I don't know, if you just suppress the dislike count, but you show the like count, that one seems, I work on the org that, advocates for creators, but that one seems kind of like tilting the scales a little bit. But at any rate, we just thought we'd share that early conversation. And if you guys had any thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. Maybe you're like, hey, this isn't a problem. What's the big deal? Or you think any of the options we discussed were attractive. Other newsflash items. Non-skippable ads are an ad type that used to be only available via Google Preferred, which is a kind of our premium ad program. And that used to be only available through reservations via Google Preferred. And now it's available in the normal ad auction. And so if you have enabled that format for your channel, well, if you're in YPP and you have a monetizing channel and you've enabled the non-skippable ad format, then your advertisers will be able to purchase those ads through an auction, and then those that data will be reflected in YouTube Analytics as a non-skippable video ads in parentheses auction. So in case you are curious, that's that. Next, we recently did an Ask Me Anything about ads policy and monetization in the community help forum. So that was organized by folks from the community help forum team and with probably folks from monetization there too. So we'll have a link to it below in case you want to check it out. Okay, next up, we made an improvement to the Studio Beta. It used to be that if you ever needed something that was in Classic, while we would link to it from the Studio Beta, you'd get dropped in and then you'd be entirely in Classic. So like if you wanted to go to the audio library, you would see the audio library and all of the Classic navigation. You're like, wait a minute, I was in the Studio Beta. Now you're taking me to Classic. Should I now stay in Classic, or how do I get back to the beta? So we have this new kind of Navless experience where we just take you to the little thing that you need in Classic, and then we have a quick way for you to get back to the Studio Beta. Obviously, in the long run, we'll have a brand new audio library built into the Studio Beta, but in the meantime, we want to make that sort of transition a little bit easier. More improvements to the Studio Beta coming very soon. Next, we also are aware of an increase in reported spam from the YouTube messaging feature. And in some cases, the spammers were using the name of a creator. The team is aware, is working on it, and appreciate your patience while we get to the bottom of that and take care of it. That's it for this week. Hope it was helpful, and in the meantime, keep it real. Okay, movie quotes. Oh yeah, the last one was a great movie. In fact, I have a feeling most of the future movie quotes might be from the 90s, because I realized that that was when I used to watch a lot of movies, and I don't really watch as many now. But I also think the movies from the 90s are great. So the answer was Rounders. Great movie. And the person who got it first was Omar Correa, Omar Correa. His channel is called Geekster Labs, and he does product reviews like of electronics, like cameras, mobile cases, stuff like that. So go check out Omar's channel. We'll put a link below as well. Now, for this week's quote, another great movie from the 90s. You ready for this one? Okay, here we go. I just snorted. It's such a good movie. Okay, some of you are going to get it just the moment I say it. I'm Winston Wolfe. I solve problems. Good, because we've got one. So I heard. May I come in? Please do. You must be Jules, which makes you Vincent. Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy? 100%. Your wife, Bonnie, comes home at 9:30 in the a.m. Is that correct? Uh-huh. I was led to believe if she comes home and finds us here, she wouldn't appreciate it none too much. All right. I'm not going to read the whole movie. I'm tempted to, though. It's such a good movie. So if you know what movie that's from, put it in the comments below. The first person who puts it in there, we will give you a shout out, as well as reference your channel if you have a channel, assuming the channel is consistent with community guidelines. Can't be shouting out channels that are not consistent with guidelines. All right, guys. Hope that was helpful. Keep it real. See you next week.